What's happening, everybody? Of course, it's your host, Brink coming straight out of them South Memphis slums, and you're tuning in to the most award-winning independent talk show in the whole South, talking about none other than BrinkTV. Now, to not adjust your TV set, we got a familiar face kicking it with us on the icy white couch. Now, this guy was actually on season 1 of BrinkTV, episode 4 of BrinkTV. Of course, I believe I had like the University of Memphis Tigers hoodie on. You know what I'm saying? We was both fresh to death. We talk about my guy, K.L. How you doing, homie?
Man, everything is good. Everything is good. How you doing?
I'm doing okay, man. First and foremost, I gotta say thank you, for being a guest on the show. It means a lot to have you back on the show. I can't say back on the couch because last time I think we were sitting on folding chairs.
Damn, that's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it was a makeshift set out of some stuff I found in my living room, but we made it happen, though.
Man, everybody start from somewhere, you know what I'm saying? We got to make it happen regardless.
Speaking of making it happen, man, I actually made a mistake because you are actually a 2024 Memphis Hip Hop Award winner. You actually won Podcast of the Year for the Main Look podcast. Let's talk about that, man.
All right. Main Look was just it was an idea at first. I really didn't even think that it would actually get success. You know what I'm saying? Like, when they nominated us for the joint, I didn't even, think we would have a chance to win because, we were really in the startup phase and just kind of filling ourselves out, trying to see if we could actually gain a fan base first.
Yeah.
But, the shit is dope as hell. Actually I had 3 or 4 different co-hosts I was trying out, different females. Some of them didn't work out. Some of them weren't talkative enough. Some of them just worried about how they look on camera and shit. People there for the wrong things and stuff, But eventually, worked it out, got a nice little formula, got Aisha J, Jamaica the model. Shout out to her, Chocolate Wasted. She her own businesswoman, and she doing plenty of shit. LP Swayze, dude I've been knowing, for a long time, in and out these music streets and shit. Just came out, man, to a dope ass thing, like. We all bounce ideas off each other and shit, I don't try to speak over them. They don't try to speak over me. A lot of topics and shit that people, really be scared to hit on and shit. Like, I'm going to talk about this shit. I'm going to talk about it regardless, I know that's what the people want. Ended up being a dope thing, I was scared to jump out there and try it. Ended up winning Podcast of the Year. It's crazy, but I'm definitely grateful and humble for it.
Man, we talking about defending champions around here, man.
Yeah.
I was there when that moment happened. And, of course, a lot of podcasters were there. They were also nominated. And just to see the looks on their faces. And this ain't no shade, but they was like, man. But I'm like, hey, my guy got the formula. Like, your formula is down pat, like you said. Shout out to LP Swayze. That's one thing I gotta say.
Grindhouse Studios, man, that's my dog.
I look at it like, kind of like, of course, we familiar with WWE wrestling in general. It's like a 3-man or 3-person commentating booth.
Yep.
You got LP, he like Jerry Lawler.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You like Jim Ross. And, of course, Aisha, man, look, Jamaica. Hey, you can't even compare her to nobody because she just, she a whole thing on her own damn
right.
Man, I'm telling you. So, of course, let's get into more about you, man, because you recently dropped C.L.A.S.H 2. Now, C.L.A.S.H is actually an acronym. It's called Can't Let Anything Stop Him.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about that title because I think that's dope, man.
I just, I know a lot of rappers who make like CDs in succession. They want to have a 1, 2, 3 volumes and shit. So I just figure like I've never done that, so I need to make me something that's very standoutish. A phrase that is kind of, like strong. I just tried to think of something, real clever, something that I can hashtag that also represents me and, my come up. Can't let anything stop him or can't let anything stop her. Still clash for women and men. It's an inspiration thing, you can't let, we gonna face all types of bullshit in this world. Things that try to stop us and try to make us not overcome it and shit. You can't let that stop you. You always got to be prepared for the next thing. So I'm just figuring like, whatever comes is going to happen. I'm going to adapt to it. I'm going to build and jump over this shit. So, yeah, I ain't letting shit stop me.
I promise, man, you definitely got to jump over any hurdle that life throws at you. So, of course, we got to talk about the project, man, because it got so many bangers on there. Of course, I was privy to be invited to the actual listening party prior to the project coming out. I mean, it was an amazing event. Definitely want to give a shout out to my guy, Ernest Fields with Millionaire Grind, Incorporated.
Yeah, shout out my dog, man. Let me have the event there and shit. Definitely a dope ass thing.
No doubt. So let's talk about, man, and of course the food was good. I gotta say that. The drinks was crazy. Shout out to Jamaica for that.
Shout out Jamaica. That's what I'm saying. Chocolate wasted.
Yeah, so we got to get into it, man. One of my favorite songs on that joint, and I think it was unanimous. The whole room was feeling that Private Dancer featuring Young Phil.
Shout out Young Phil, man.
Formerly of Crown Holders. Yeah, I know y'all remember Crown Holders. 3 o'clock in the morning. That Kit Kat look. I remember. I rock with it. So let's talk about this song, man.
Man, when we was in the studio recording Private Dancer, we knew we had one. Yeah. It's like one of them nights where we just stopped doing everything. We played the motherfucker back 500 times. Yeah. Made sure we got it right and shit. But had came together. Like, I done previously worked with Phil, you know what I'm saying, in my yesteryears and shit when I was a little younger, when he was with the Crown Holders. Shout out BC, that's my dog too, you know what I'm saying. He was with Young Phil. Me and Phil, we had a hit before called Mattress. I don't know if a lot of people remember that joint. J-Dav had shot the video for that joint. It was definitely a dope ass record we had. So we felt like it had been too long from when we dropped Mattress to right now. We was like, let's get back in here, do something else. Phil wrote the hook to that joint, you know what I'm saying? I can't even take credit for it. I sent my dog the beat. He was like, man, KL, I got you. Yeah. A couple days later, sent me back the hook in like a recorded messenger message and shit on Facebook. Okay. So I could just get the vibe good and, you know what I'm saying, going right to it. Anyway, after that, set the session up, man. Went effortlessly. He laid the hook, which was the foundation of Private Dancer. I dropped my verses on it. It all fit in like the perfect puzzle. It's definitely what I feel like is one of my most complete records that I ever did. So I'm very proud of that song. Can't wait for the video to get done for it.
Yeah, man. So y'all definitely stay tuned for that. And that's one thing that I mentioned at the listening party. Like, this is the most commercial effort that I heard on that project. It's like, man, this one of them joints that you will hear on 97. This one of them joints you'll hear 107, all of the above. So it's another song on there, man, that really caught my attention. And I just want to dive into it real quick. We actually shot the video for it here, coming soon 99.
Yeah. Come on, JR.
We talking about scripted, man. We got to talk about that because I felt like that is a potentially controversial song. You're basically being as blunt and honest as you possibly can be about the hip-hop industry, not just in Memphis, but all over the United States. Right. Speak on it, man.
Script is definitely what I feel like was going to be like a controversial record. People will either hate it or agree the fuck out of it and be like, damn, I've been thinking the same shit. To break it down, you know what I'm saying, really, it's like I'm speaking from a fan's point of view of, you know what I'm saying, the rap game and shit, you know what I'm saying, types of music that I like to listen to personally. Me enjoying actual new music that's coming out and shit like that. It's been becoming a bit of a struggle, you know what I'm saying, as of late, as the years have passed and shit. I just wanted to say, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people, a lot of artists and shit kind of sound the same these days. I really can't tell them apart. Like, I'm not being, you know what I'm saying, facetious about this. I'm not exaggerating. I don't be able to tell the rappers apart. I don't be knowing who from who, because everybody sounds, I ain't saying everybody, not all the rappers in the game, but predominantly, probably from my region more so, a lot of rappers sound the same. They take the same sound, say a lot of the same shit. Videos look exactly the same. It's just, I feel like it's scripted. Like, you know what I'm saying? People come in with a whole I'm going to do this because this person did this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to emulate the same success, but that shit really ain't always true. And it throws you in a whole bundle with a whole lot of other folks that it's just the same old thing. And if I feel like I can't pick it apart, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, even indulge in it. So I just kind of, you know what I'm saying, explained a little bit about how I felt on there. spoke from a fan's point of view. Like I said, it wasn't a rapper thing. Didn't call no rappers out. Didn't call no artists out. It was just basically like a letter to the game, to mainstream rappers. You know what I'm saying? Can we do a little better? Nas said hip hop was dead. What, about 15 years ago or something like that?
He did. Yeah.
Received a lot of flack from it and shit. I didn't quite go that far. I just, you know what I'm saying, broke it down specifically. I just want us, you know what I'm saying, do a little better for the next generation, because if we keep going downhill, where you think music gonna be in the next 10 to 20 years or something, you know what I'm saying? So,
and that's interesting that you say that, man. Definitely want to give a shout out to Nas. I think around the time he said that was like the birth stages of like Soulja Boy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Fast forward to now, Soulja Boy is pretty much like one of the quote unquote godfathers of the game, because he influenced a lot of what we see. The crazy thing about music, and I feel, and I'm pretty sure you feel this way too, there are some artists that's out now who are bumping. But see, the thing is, good music is gonna do that.
Yeah.
Not the other stuff we're hearing. See, the other stuff we're hearing, like it's all and nothing wrong with being melodic, nothing wrong with all of that, but it's all the same auto-tuning, whining, sound like you've been drinking lean, you know what I'm saying? And that's just what we're hearing, and that's not where we come from. And trust me, we not the old guys who, oh man, this stuff trash, but the thing is, we come from an era where a lot of people had their own distinct sound. Nobody sounded like DMX. Nobody sounded like Eminem. Nobody sounded like Ludacris. Nobody sounded like Snoop Dogg. Nobody sounded like Jay. Nas was Nas, and even nobody sounded like Cameron, you know. But now you got a plethora of artists who sound exactly the same, and like you say, from this region. And we ain't talking about Mid-South, we just talking about purely the South.
Yeah, the South.
And what's crazy about that, like even you got artists from other, you know, parts of the country sounding like that too.
Yep. They didn't realize that really Memphis is at the highest it's ever been as far as a collective, you know what I'm saying? A lot of artists finally pushing past that point that even myself, you know what I'm saying, I haven't got there yet, God willing, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, you know, like a lot of artists around the world, they realize they have to emulate our sound to succeed, even though you're not even from, you know what I'm saying, where we are inspired by that sound from, and it makes it inauthentic. Because, you know what I'm saying, you don't even have that type of upbringing, but you want to do it because that's what's succeeding. Yeah.
And it's crazy, like trap music from around these parts, but now you got guys in New York sounding like they trapping. And like I said, I don't want to drop no names, because I mean, they have a fan base. It's all good. It's a market for everything. But another song we got to talk about, man. This is a heavy song, very, very deep. And I believe it's a true story. I want to say that's what you said at the listening party. Cross the line.
Cross the line.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yikes.
It was definitely a heavy junk, you know what I'm saying? A lot of, I wouldn't say that it's necessarily like specifically true. Like I can't pinpoint one person that this is about, but I've definitely experienced the what the song is talking about throughout my life and different people, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying, as artists, we have to take bits and pieces and shit, you know what I'm saying, from different parts of our life and, you know what I'm saying, just make it into a story. So, you know what I'm saying, I know a lot of people out here got sneaky links and shit, you know what I'm saying? Once upon a time, I wasn't shit, you know what I'm saying, as far as being a male, looking for a woman and shit. Like, I was never, you know what I'm saying, in that train of mind, in that train of thought. We all had sneaky links, friends and shit that, you know what I'm saying, that we would, you know what I'm saying, dip in there now and then. So I just kind of wanted to touch on that. Not a lot of songs be made about that because people like to keep shit like that on the low and shit. And not burn up the spot, not be pillow talking and shit. But it's a lot of people who actually go through it. Like, since I've dropped the album, a lot of people that hit me up like, ooh, that's me there. Yeah, I can't tell my husband about it or nothing like that. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's just like relatable music will always win. If people can feel themselves in your story, that shit will always connect with the masses, you know what I'm saying? So and I just kind of added a little artistic expression to it when I said that she died, you know what I'm saying?
Took it to the grave.
Took it to the grave.
Yeah.
It just makes for a better project and shit. Like, I'm a writer, and you know what I'm saying, writer first, rapper second. Like, for real, I can write anything. I always been real smart, intelligent, and you know what I'm saying, with that type of shit since I've been in school. Poetry, short stories, haikus, poems, essays. all that type of shit. I'm a real writer. Like I'm gonna make this shit. I really want to do some movies and shit, like scripts and shit like that. But not to get too much on that. But yeah, it's definitely a dope ass song. You know what I'm saying? Real heartfelt. You can feel it when you hear it. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is just listen to it. You gonna be like, damn. You gonna go back to a point in your life where that was actually, you know what I'm saying, feasible.
And not only that, man, listening to it, I visualize it. And I'm like, bro, this is you're trapped in the closet.
Right.
Like, I hope we hear more from this saga because that's not deep. And like you say, it's relatable.
As I was trying to write that, John, I was trying to write it in, you know what I'm saying, like a storyline type thing, like somewhere where we could start from this point. You can see how we got to here. You can see how we got to here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dope ass bars in the joint. I said, she said, with me, she can't escape. I'm her little secret.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's if you 80s and 90s babies know that's escape, little secret. Shout out to Tiny and Latasha Scott and them, Candy. Yeah, good old shit. I always interpreting old shit, you know what I'm saying, inside my new music because I'm just a 80s baby type nigga. You know
I feel you, man. I feel you. So like I say, y'all make sure y'all tap in with that. But the whole project was produced by Big Phil.
Big Phil, legendary.
How
Big
that
Phil.
happened, man? Because Big Phil ain't pulling up like that for any and everybody.
I'll be wanting people to know that. I don't be wanting to say that. Man, I'm glad you know. I'm glad you told the people. I didn't have to snitch. Me and Big Phil really been planning this shit for years, maybe 4 or 5 years. He don't even live in Memphis no more. He stay in Arizona. He done moved out there on the West Coast, getting him some good old left coast money and shit. I understand. Before he left though, I used to go to his house. Like, he don't even let folks know where he stay at and shit. Like, I've actually been to his house. He had a loft downtown and shit. Said we long overdue. Like, that's the thing about it. Like, I didn't have to approach him and was like, man, we need to work together, shit like that. Man, bro, he saw my work over the years. He know, you know what I'm saying, that I've been one of the real consistent artists out here, and I've actually represented the city well. I can definitely say that. So when he told me we need to do a project, I set up shit. I'm like, shit, let's do this, goddamn. Went through a few beats and shit. I think the first day when we decided on doing the project, he might have gave me 4 or 5 beats. He was like, I'm just gonna leave these with you. I ain't gonna lie. I had the beats. I sat on the beats for like maybe 2 or 3 years. I hadn't even completed C.L.A.S.H 1 yet at that point. I just knew that I was gonna do it though, and I was like, yeah, I got this in the clip. For as soon as I get through with this, I can come on with this, John. So I feel like that's a milestone in my career that I actually got to work with a legend, somebody who's produced countless hits, been on the radio numerous times, and worked with 3 6 Mafia. You know what I'm saying? The legends in this city. I'm definitely proud of that. I'm going to always be able to look back on that and be like, damn, I done worked with Big Phil. Shout out Big Phil, man.
Man, Big Phil, definitely a legend, man. He done had workout when we was in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely been getting that work in. Another person that you've actually been stamped by, you know, in this city, man, we talking about the Cone, the King of Funky Town, Playa Fly, man. How did that feel, man?
Great as fuck. Great as fuck. Playa Fly shout a nigga out giving me the biggest compliment possible. Was probably the best cosign I've ever had.
And let me jump in real quick. He's another person who don't just mess with any and everybody.
Facts. Me and No Soda talk about this all the time. Like, dude, do not, you know what I'm saying, just attach yourself to just any old body or even speak out about any old body. And I didn't. This, like I said, this ain't nothing that I sought out from him. Like, you know what I'm saying, fuck with me or some shit like that. I was just my normal self, man. I've been doing what I've been doing, and these people have recognized me organically. Organic word of mouth shit is the best type promotion you can get.
Facts.
If you don't know that, you'll learn. Man, John, when he goes live on Instagram, I click on his live. Soon as I get on it, There go my nigga KL, man. He up in his biggest lyricists in the city, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
Shitting on these folk. He be like, y'all don't get mad because I'm bragging on like that shit be crazy. I just be sitting there like, wow. This man got thousands of followers, you know what I'm saying, on his live right now bragging on me.
Yeah.
And I didn't force him to do that or nothing. So that's kind of the best part about it, you know what I'm saying? When somebody just recognize what you, and then this nigga is one of my idols. I grew up playing his music on a CD player, pausing it, writing down what he said and shit, trying to learn his verses and shit. And I eventually told him this once. I didn't come to him on no fan shit the first time I met him. Yeah. But after we got cool and shit, you know what I'm saying, I told him about that. He was like, damn, I ain't even know that. That's dope as hell. Ever since then, man, we've been cool as fuck. Of course, I always been cool with Soda, No Soda. Yeah, shout out No Soda, man. He M3 to the death. We just, man, we be having conversations about shit that a lot of people wouldn't even know about. I'm definitely blessed to have a Playa Fly co-sign several times. Actually, he done shouted me out for C.L.A.S.H 1. He done shouted me out on the second album. And shit, as far as I think I'm gonna need one for every album now. I'm gonna have to holler at him. I'm like, bro, you gotta keep this shit going. You can't just start this shit and stop, goddamn. But I'm definitely appreciative to have a Playa Fly shout out, co-sign, big bro type shit, you know what I'm saying, in my arsenal. Yeah.
I promise, man, one time for the Universal Hard Throb, we talking about Playa Fly.
He said, I'm the biggest lyricist. I feel like he was the biggest lyricist, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like, man, him and Pat, man, we talking about juggernauts.
Shout out Project Pat, man.
No doubt. So it's one person that we got to talk about who you actually ran into within the last couple of years. And I'm going to be honest, I was very excited to see you run into your guy, man. Okay. Know who I'm talking about, man. Till ASAP, you ready to T.I., man? Let's talk about that.
Man, I was trying to keep it cool that day. Y'all know, if you know me personally, you know T.I. one of my favorite rappers, man. Like, I really respect the journey that this guy has had from the tip to the tail, from the bottom to the top. This dude then grinded, you know what I'm saying, real hard. Had a lot of dope-ass songs, plenty of dope-ass albums. I feel like Tip got one of the best discographies as far as rappers go, period. Totally. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of people got 5, 6, 7 projects that you can just definitively listen to and be like, man, this shit's still dope. Yeah. Like music aged well and shit. So one time for Juicy, shout out Juicy, man. That's my girl right there. She dope as fuck. She was shooting a video for her song Step. You know what I'm saying? It was at Crystal Palace in the Haven or Westwood, however you want to look at it. We was at that joint. Bruh pulled up in the fleet of cars and shit he had. I was just kind of in the front, you know what I'm saying, just doing my thing, just vibing to the song. I had never heard the song before that day either. And, you know what I'm saying, after he got through, we wrapped it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying, we chopped it up a little bit. Told him, don't nobody know more of your songs than me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, I do my thing here. I'm glad to have met you in my lifetime, you know what I'm saying, personally. Dude a real cool dude in person. He don't be trying to, you know what I'm saying, be bigger than what he is, even though he is a huge fucking star. Dude dope as hell. It was a good ass day. My gal was there with me too, you know what I'm saying. She know that's one of my favorite rappers. Yeah, it was a good day. Shout out Tip, man.
And that's what I like to see, man. I love to see when people have that moment when they meet one of the people that they really look up to, you know, outside of Memphis. Because like I said, of course, we look up to Ball and G. Right. We look up to Playa Fly. We look up to 3 6 Mafia, all of them. But when we talk about the mainstream cats, the cats who we watched on BET every day after we got out of school, and we finally lay eyes on them and be like, bruh, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Right. For your catalog, for everything. I remember copping T.I. versus T.I.P. at the store. You know what I'm saying? We listened to that just cover to cover. Right. Man, shout out to my guy Tip, man.
That John definitely a no skipper.
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely a no skipper.
Man, help on the way.
Yeah. Help on the man, folks don't even realize. Shout out Just Blaze. Dude is one of the best producers ever to me, especially as far as rap music. Yeah. Help on the Way was a crazy ass record. And then plus I love like shit talking music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm better than you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I like to be in my music and shit. So I definitely related to that joint.
Was that the same album that had Touchdown with Eminem on it? Okay, man,
Yeah.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so for anybody who unaware, because you know we do have younger viewers sometimes, T.I. is definitely on the Mount Rushmore of Southern artists.
Easily.
You gotta have them on there. You know, I know y'all be talking about Jeezy and Gucci and all of them. I rock with them too, but if you don't put nobody, you gotta put Tip.
Yeah, Tip first on there to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, so if it could be three others, who would those three others be in your opinion? From the South. From the South.
Southern rap, Mount Rushmore, I would definitely have 3-6 on there as one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The whole entity, including Pat, I would have them on there as one whole because they are still succeeding, you know what I'm saying, highly 30 years later.
Yeah.
You really can't hear a song that's out that's not sampling their sound and
Facts.
shit like that. Paul and Juicy say they clear about 5 samples a week.
Wow.
Yeah. In the industry. So that's crazy. Think of the ones that they not clearing that they don't like.
Right.
That's how many people still touching their music. Okay. So I got 3-6. I got T.I. definitely on that joint. For the last 2 spots, I would have Outkast on there. Outkast has definitely been symbolic as far as Southern rappers. Let the world know the South got something to say on the Source Awards a long time ago. You just can't overlook shit like that. People that have, you know what I'm saying, put their feet to the pavement to make this shit possible for me to actually do. So 3-6, T.I., Outkast, and who I would have on their last. Ooh, it's rough. I would actually have man,
It's gonna be some folks mad after this one.
Yeah, it's gonna be oh shit. I would say Wayne. Wayne, definitely.
Okay, you just yeah. Like in baseball, safe.
Yeah.
Because if you say Weezy,
yeah.
them folks would have been on these comments
And
like,
then, I
bro.
know everybody is a huge Wayne fan. I've always been more privy to T.I.
Gotcha.
Even though I've definitely noticed and have known that Wayne is a super fucking spitter and shit.
Yeah, I think T.I. is more. He got more Memphis flavor than Wayne would, in my opinion. Wayne is a lot more.
I think Wayne is more. I want to say he's more animated, more descriptive with his shit. T.I. is more straight laced, straight to it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But now, of course, we got to talk about the group. KL is Undeniable. That's actually where it came from. The name KL is Undeniable came from the group Undeniable. Let's talk about them, man.
Well, just where do we start? Undenyable as a group may have started, I say, around 2007, 2008, somewhere around there. For people who don't know, we were a 5-person group when we started. It was me, it was C.O., long live C.O., that's my best friend, man. He didn't pass away for those who didn't know. It was J.R. Just Real. It was Young Soul, and it was Randy D. Randy D was, you know what I'm saying, our R&B singer. So we figured, you know what I'm saying, we had the whole formula down. Started as a 5-person group, you know what I'm saying, wasn't no egos getting in the way. We was killing shit.
Yeah.
And I'm not exaggerating. There wasn't an open mic or rap competition in this city that we didn't show our face at and we didn't show our ass at. Anybody that was from that era, and you from the era, so I know you can vouch for this.
Right.
We hit the chitlin circuit of fucking competitions and was winning the motherfuckers. That's how we gained a lot of notoriety. Like we didn't pay for no cosigns, we didn't pay for no promotion. Like we really got out there and put our feet to the pavement. We was broke as fuck. Then none of us had no jobs. All we had was passion and ambition. Goddamn it, we wanted to get out here and make our names known. Put out a lot of dope ass music. We was in the studio daily. Didn't have a lot of responsibility around that time. I was still in college. C.O. had just had a baby, you know what I'm saying? Randy was cutting our hair and shit. Young Soul had the studio in his house. JR did our engineering. So, you know what I'm saying? Everybody played their part and shit. We did a whole lot of shows together. Eventually, you know what I'm saying, we started to grow apart. Young Soul wanted to do his own thing. Randy wanted to do his own thing, which never was a problem, you know what I'm saying, as far as how I felt about shit, because I always feel like whether or not y'all heard or not, I'm still gonna keep this shit going.
Right, because I and not to cut you off, I can remember events where you guys will perform as a group, and then at that same event or showcase, Randy D would do a solo song.
Right.
You know, I can remember I was there. Shout out to who was that? Ty Sanders used to do them jobs. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I actually witnessed that. But in my mind, it's like, what keeps a person from doing solo but still staying in the group?
Right.
Because y'all formula, Memphis ain't had it.
Right. I feel like I've always wanted to be a group rapper, you know what I'm saying? Not to, you know what I'm saying, take nothing away from just being solo, which I have forcibly been doing. But being a group rap, I just like, you know what I'm saying, tossing ideas off other folks, seeing how we can create things together and shit. Randy was a hell of a singer around then. Wasn't a lot of people in the city who was doing a lot of singing outside of Randy, Trey V, Young Phil. Who else was singing around then? Chris O.
Man, it's funny. I went to school with both Randy and Chris O.
That's crazy.
So I've been doing them.
I think they was in a group together.
Really?
Yeah, they was in a group together.
Wow.
Before I had met them and shit.
Okay.
Yeah. So I forget what I was talking about.
Talking about singers from that era.
Oh, yeah,
male
singers from that era. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So when we got Randy on a lot, he made a lot of our songs pop.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying. We didn't just want to be rap. You know what I'm saying? Spit. We realized that we have to actually entertain at the same time with making dope music. So having Randy on our shit, I ain't gonna lie, it set us apart from the pack. We would definitely have dope verses. People had become accustomed to that.
Yeah.
But when Randy threw them hooks on there, you know what I'm saying, it gave us that different appeal that wasn't a lot of people doing. And plus, you know, a lot of groups don't really succeed at all. We had a nice run, a long ass run.
Yeah. Those are facts. So of course, you know, you did mention, you know, long live CO, man. That guy, super talented. I'm talking about uber talented, you know, and I think that if you, because I mean, of course, obviously, you know, you did mention walking down the story, it got down to U3, and then U3 being obviously you, CO and JR, Just Real, and then eventually it got down to just two of you guys.
Yeah. You know how people, man, they grow up, a lot of egos start clashing, and then not even just that, you know what I'm saying, people just grow into their lives and start doing different things and shit, you know what I'm saying, like I eventually had to get me a job, like, you know what I'm saying, a real 9-to-5, and that took up most of my time, and it became a thing to where, you know what I'm saying, maybe my partners felt like I wasn't as down as I was it before, but I really was. It's just that I was tired of being broke. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, we had got a lot of recognition and notoriety and shit. I need some goddamn money and shit.
Right.
Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? JR and CO used to argue a lot, man. They used to argue a lot. I never got into, like, when, you know what I'm saying, when they argue, any group members argue, I didn't jump in the middle and take no sides and nothing. It was let them, you know what I'm saying, have their thing. Even though we used to argue and fight a lot, you know what I'm saying, we would still be cool again, you know what I'm saying, eventually. But it just chips away at the, you know what I'm saying, the solid bond that you have at first. JR wanted to do his own thing. Of course, you know what I'm saying, he was doing music with Tone Yates around that time, Higher Level and shit.
Higher Level, yeah. I remember.
Shout out Tone too. He's a fucking excellent ass engineer and singer.
Producer.
Yeah, producer too. That nigga, he didn't put plenty of shit on the radio too. Yeah. So, you know, we kind of went our separate ways a little bit. Young Soul eventually stopped rapping. Randy got more into, you know what I'm saying, just doing his business shit as far as, you know what I'm saying, cutting hair and shit. He's definitely a very high prestige barber now. I think he lives in Texas doing this thing. I know he getting about $100 a chop and shit, you know what I'm saying? It's a little rich for my blood. I can say that, you know what I'm saying, I done had your chops before. JR has eventually got his own studio, you know what I'm saying, recording a lot of artists, shooting a lot of videos. He's a producer too. He done made a lot of beats for us on the Undeniable LLCO album when CO had died. JR produced all them beats. Man.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, we kind of, you know what I'm saying, split apart. Then eventually got down to 2. It was just me and CO. This has been for a long ass time, man. We was in the Orange Building rapping in the studio on Park.
Yeah.
Shout out Miscellaneous, Flight Club, Gangsta Boo and them used to come through. Everybody used to come through the Orange Building, man. So it was kind of being in that good ass placement that got us a lot of, you know what I'm saying, placements with people, got us a lot of relationships built with a lot of artists in the city. Me and CO, we got back to the, you know what I'm saying, the thing. We was like, shit, we ain't finna let this stop us, because if people feel like that we've lost members and we slow down a little bit, like that was what made us.
Right.
And not to disrespect nobody who's not in Undeniable no more, but we had to keep going. We can't let anything stop him. Goddamn it, that's C.L.A.S.H.
Is there a such thing as any type of reunion?
Yep. JR want to do an album right now. JR want to do an album right now.
JR want to do everything.
Yeah, JR, he's a busy guy, goddamn.
Yeah,
I know he do a
bro.
lot. Shout out my brother JR, man.
We need that video.
Yeah, we need that video, though. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that out there so we can do some more.
There you
But
go.
yeah, I always I probably will forever do music with him. Me and JR have just like me and CO had, me and JR have like a cohesion in the studio that we know when we lock in on something, the junk gonna come out dope. He's a talented ass artist too. I can never take that away from him. We had our ups and downs and shit, but you know what I'm saying? You gotta forgive, forget. You live and you learn, you know what I'm saying? But I would definitely expect some more Undeniable music, you know what I'm saying, in the future.
Definitely, y'all got to stay tuned for that, though. But we got to talk about Undeniable Clothing, man, because you out here moving, you making moves. You got a store, man? Tell me, man, what you got?
I was gonna get a store at one point, but looking at the climate I see,
Man.
and it definitely turned me away from that. So there will be no physical location for Undeniable Clothing. I really was forced into doing Undeniable Clothing to get my own business. I was working at a call center around 2019, 2020, before COVID actually hit. Was doing my thing, you know what I'm saying? I was making good money and shit. COVID came around, pushed everybody out the workplace. I drained unemployment for a while, you know what I'm saying? They was giving out some good money around that time.
I was getting it.
Yeah.
I was getting it.
They was giving out some good money around that time. I was putting my pennies up and shit though, man. You know what I'm saying? I was saving this shit.
Yeah.
I went, cause I like, you know what I'm saying? I've never been the type of nigga to just splurge anyway on a lot of shit. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna appreciate me, you're gonna appreciate me for me. I don't need, you know what I'm saying, to flash money in front of you to get your attention or none of this shit. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? COVID pushed us out of the workplace. Really couldn't go no fucking where. I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying? What can I do to keep some change coming in, keep some money coming in? So it was either food, drugs, or clothes. And I was like, I didn't want to do the drug route, goddamn it. I ain't trying to look over my shoulder every day and worry about the laws pulling me over. I've always had a good relationship with women, with females, you know what I'm saying, as far as how I've adapted my personality over the years. So it was easy to adapt to that fan base as far as, you know what I'm saying, selling clothes and shit.
Right.
So man, it started off with Pay Me or Pay Me No Mind, which is, you know what I'm saying, my brand. Got that shit going everywhere. Then once I feel like that was solidified, I moved on to the next thing. Thick Chicks Matter, you know what I'm saying, for all of the curvy females out here. Once I got this solidified, I moved on to Little Booties Matter, you know what I'm saying, because slim women need love too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everything just eventually, you know what I'm saying, came together to where it was flowing, you know what I'm saying, like an ocean, man. It was like I was funding my own shit. I didn't need, you know what I'm saying, I didn't ask nobody for no help or nothing as far as, you know what I'm saying, giving me resources for this shit. Trial and error with a lot of clothing vendors and shit, learning what's right or wrong, quality versus, you know what I'm saying, trash and shit. Spent a lot of money, burnt a lot of money, and also made a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? You really got to be prepared for all that when you're trying to be a business owner and shit.
Facts.
So yeah, Undeniable Clothing. I felt like it was necessary because it's nothing that I was just like, you know what I'm saying, I want to sell clothes one day. I was pushed into that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? COVID pushed us into this. So I just had to become an entrepreneur. Every day I'm selling this shit now, you know what I'm saying? Even, you know what I'm saying, when I got a job and working now, I'm still dropping clothes and shit because, you know what I'm saying, people like to look good. I appreciate all my customers and shit, everybody who shop with me. They know I do good by them, good business and shit. I give them perks and shit when they shop, you know what I'm saying, a lot. It's definitely been a good thing for me. I can't see myself not doing it because clothing, barbers, food, transportation is something that will always be needed.
Facts.
Yeah, so you'll always be able to succeed in that field, either one of them fields.
In addition to the ladies on Lamar, you would never be without a job. I just ain't patronizing. My thing, I ain't built like that. But we got to talk about them Team Memphis ciphers, though, man. If we bringing them back, what we doing,
Shout out Team
man?
Memphis, man. Team Memphis was so dope. Y'all just don't know. If you wasn't from my era, man, like, it wasn't no type of unity at all, you know what I'm saying?
None.
If you think rappers don't get along today, niggas was not fucking with each other back then. So we wanted to do something different and, you know what I'm saying, show that a lot of the artists that we were doing shows with weekly, that we could actually, you know what I'm saying, come together and do some dope shit together. So Team Memphis was just a collective of artists. It wasn't no label in there. It was just a collective of artists with like-minded, you know what I'm saying, things going on. We all realized that we got to do something different if we want more, if we want something better. So them ciphers, they came out of like, I ain't gonna lie, they came out of me feeling like scripted. You know what I'm saying? A lot of, you know what I'm saying, they didn't think that Memphis had spitters, especially around that time. First cipher out the gate, me, C.O., BC, Lady Stacks, and Duchess. The junk, it just blew. I didn't know it was gonna take off like that. The junk had like 10,000 views very quickly.
Yeah.
Created a demand for it. I had to keep them going. Did a cipher on the bridge, took over the bridge. We was the first ones to take over the bridge, goddamn. Y'all think y'all did. We was the first ones to take over the bridge. That shit was very iconic around that time. Twitter was soaking, Memphis Twitter was soaking it up. Shout out Isaiah Conyers, man. There was some beautiful filming on it. Fourth cipher, Joe got it. Shout out Joe Young Spike, man. This man actually reached out, was like, let me show you what it need to look like and shit. He gave us a crispy ass cipher. Shout out Young Key, got on that joint. Just a lot of artists, man, coming together to spit. It wasn't about money. It wasn't about fashion and flashy and killing each other and shit. We were just showing that Memphis can fucking rap. Dropped the fifth cipher at the end of last year.
Okay.
At the end of last year. So we finally brought them back after like 10 plus years or so. Shout out TED. That's the Ego Destroyer. That's my dog Ted.
That's my cousin.
That's your cousin. That's crazy. Shout out Ted, man. Dope ass nigga. He's always been a dope ass battler. He actually surprised me when he got on the cipher and was, you know what I'm saying, spitting good bars and shit. So shout out Ted, that's my dog. Shout out Young CTV. Gave us a dope ass verse on there. Shout out Focus the Great, that's my dog. Been my dog for a long time. He gave a dope ass verse. Shout out Beretta Biz. It's a Philly product, you know what I'm saying? But he's actually moved to Memphis now and, you know what I'm saying, migrated and adapted to Memphis sound. Got a lot of pimping ass music. Shout out Beretta Biz, man. And I wasn't even planning on being on this cipher. You know what I'm saying? I had recruited somebody else to be the fifth person. It was bullshitting. Couldn't make the schedule, constantly giving me excuses. I really don't like this shit. That's for another conversation for another day, but I'm not gonna keep on, you know what I'm saying, trying to get you on some shit and you bullshitting around, giving me the runaround. So I had to go on right of we was in the studio, they had all dropped their verses. All four of them, they had dropped their verses. We was waiting on the nigga to pull up. He kept fucking around. I was like, fuck this shit. That night I went home, wrote a verse, came back the next day, dropped it. You know what I'm saying? Cause yeah, I ain't letting you slow me down for nothing. So we definitely gonna keep them joints going. I got more beats already in preparation for new ciphers. Producers out here, if you want to get you a beat, you know what I'm saying, on one of these ciphers, hit me up. Shit been going well, you know what I'm saying. Shout out to Kingpin, the composer. He did a couple. AO, that's my dog. He been my dog. AO done gave me so many beats, dog, over the years. He done produced a few of them. And shout out to my dog ADG who produced this next one. This shit gonna be dope as hell. Got a dope ass sample on it. I need to let you hear it. I'm gonna let you hear it soon, goddamn. But yeah, we're gonna keep the cipher thing going because people feel like that it's like a void if I don't do that.
Facts.
If I don't keep it going. So
Facts.
y'all stay on my ass about that. And all dope rappers, spitters, if you feel like you got what it takes for the cipher, hit me up. Let me know.
Hey, don't come slow, man. Come
Please
correct.
Please
Got
don't.
to. Go ahead, run all the social media. That way the people can stay up with you as well as if any ladies want to shop.
Okay. Facebook, I have 2 pages. Kevin Locke, which is my government name, y'all know, and KL Undeniable. I promote clothes on one, promote music on the other. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up on Facebook. Any other platform, KL Got Lyrics. YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok. KL Got Lyrics. I actually got a KL Got Lyrics artist page on Facebook. Hit me up. You want to get you a feature? Hit me up because the prices are going up. It's the resume bills. I'm telling you that now. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Instagram, KL Got Lyrics. Like I said, all other platforms, KL Got Lyrics. Follow me. Hit me up. Definitely drop clothing every day. Ladies, if you're looking for something, hit me up. Fellas, if you want to see a lady looking nice in something, hit me up. You know what I'm saying? We'll make it happen. But definitely, KL Got Lyrics on our platform, man. Follow.
I promise, man. And fellas, make sure y'all tap in with my guy because Memorial Day is coming up. And I know you're going to want to bring your lady around your family. And she can't just be looking busted.
I know
y'all be shopping with Sheen and all of them, but hey, shop with him.
I'm trying
You understand me? We talking about Memphis Sheen. You understand me? He get it in. Hey, one time for my guy. Thank you for being a guest on the show, family.
It's all good.
No doubt. With that being said, now back to Brink TV.
Yeah.